Well, hello, everybody.
Well,
Happy
hello. It's
Monday.
Monday.
Isn't it, though? I'm having a Monday. How about you, Erin?
I have been overdoing on the networking and I managed to schedule myself into back-to-back Zoom calls to start my Monday. So
Hey,
it's
that's
Monday,
fun.
man.
That's super fun. And for all of you living in the future in Australia, congratulations on making it to Tuesday. I hope you're having a great morning. Pour a cup of Joe and join us. Let me jump into the
And for those of you
Facebook
who are
thing.
also living in the future, but less in the future, and it's 5 o'clock, or if it's just 5 o'clock somewhere, let us know what your beverage of choice is. It's still dryuary over here. January is extending.
Really? You're going to keep going. I love it. Good
Keep
for you.
going. Except on special occasions
Hmm. Good for you.
that don't end in
All right.
11. Yeah.
All right. We got a couple pals joining in here. Give us
Fantastic.
a hello if you're watching. We've got Marchin and Jean are here. Glad to see you
Hello.
guys. Marchin, I've been missing you, pal. We haven't seen you around in a while. Hope you're doing good. So today, for those of you who don't know and are stumbling upon this video, hey,
Hey,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly Higgins made it. Nice. One of these days, Kelly, you and I are going to actually have a conversation. We tried to connect all weekend and it was a fail. Kim Ortiz, welcome. So today, Erin is going to talk to us about our USP,
Our
our
USPs.
USP,
USPs.
which is a very difficult thing to write for yourself.
It
At least in
is.
my experience, it is. And for those of you who are around on our Thursday night Zooms, Erin joined us a few times and we got down the road of some of this copywriting things. She shared what she calls her UVP Mad Libs. Is
It's
that what you
Mad
call it? Or
Libs.
US
It's USP Mad Libs. And it
USP?
kind of blends the USP and the UVP, but
Yeah.
they're
They're
kind
so
of related.
similar.
Yeah.
So for those who are unfamiliar, USP is your unique selling proposition or sales proposition, and UVP is your unique value proposition.
Not to be
So
confused with the unique mechanism, which is how you do the thing. So
listen,
we're not going to throw another
too
wrench into
much.
things, though.
It's
We'll,
too
we'll,
much.
we'll cover it.
So the USP and the UVP are technically different things, but they're very similar. If we can get either one of those nailed down today, we are doing great. So I see one person is showing up in my feed as Facebook user, which means you haven't clicked the little link to, I think it's Adam Inlay, not following the rules. So we can put your messages up on the screen if we're, while we're working together on all of this. But if you have to hit the button, you guys know how StreamYard works at this point, I assume. So anyway, so Erin, after she got a lot of great response from you guys about that Mad Libs thing. And so she said, well, do you think folks would want to do like a little workshop? I said, heck yes. So here we are. So she's going to walk through some of it. She's got a little presentation we may do, but otherwise, this is also a great opportunity. If you did run through her work, her Mad Libs or a part of our group, whatever, if you have some burning copywriting questions, particularly in relation to your own UVP, USP, all of those kind of things, you can shoot them at Erin. This is sort of a casual chat between her and I. We were just saying we wish we had time to like just hang out a little bit. It's been so long.
It's been a really
So
long time. I think it's been since before Christmas.
probably.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Erin, why don't you dive in now? We've given folks a few minutes. We've got some people here watching live. So let's dive in and take a look at Adam's got to be a show
Feeding the
off. He's
baby.
feeding his newborn baby. Oh.
It's good to
So
feed them. It's better to feed them. Thank you for feeding them.
So, Erin, do you want to dive in?
Yep, I'll
Where
go
should we
ahead and dive
start here?
in.
I don't even know where to start.
We'll start at
I
the
hate
very
writing my
beginning.
UVP. Okay.
We'll do some intros here. Everyone knows you. If anyone doesn't know me, let's flip to the slides. They're kind of fun. I used
Do you want me
Canvas
to put them
Design
up?
Feature. Yeah, let's put them up.
Okay.
So the goal here is to get your USP leveled up. If I can't hit present, there it goes. In under an hour. And that's me. If you haven't seen my face on the left side of your screen, then that's another photo of me. And I do not have pink hair. So what I do is I solve problems for people, and a lot of that has to do with marketing strategy and copywriting. And I created this course called Womp Womp to Wow, which was designed to help people struggling to write their own website copy figure out a way to make sense of all the gobbledygook running around in your head and get it into a form that works for your website. So I've come to this by doing a whole lot of different things. And I went too far. See, that's what happens when I have the power of clicking. So what we can cover today, and I can't see comments right now, otherwise you'd get like this weird endless time effect. But so we're going to cover like what the USP is, which we kind of have already done, how it's foundational to not just your website, but to all your marketing, how you can use it to streamline your messaging, and then how to create one using Mad Libs and finesse it. Because that's the key part. Like you can get the Mad Libs built so it's a paragraph that makes sense, but it maybe needs to be finessed so it's more accurate and so it feels good, and so you can turn it into some really cool headlines. So I created it for Womp Womp to Wow, which is that course. But what I didn't know, like I created it like as this tangential training. I was like, this would be good background information to have, not realizing how valuable it is to know your value, like what you bring to the table, and to be able to state it
Know your value.
concisely. And it's funny, like we all have these things that we're really good at and that come naturally to us. Doing this is one of those things for me. So there's a reason I use Canva for all my design. It's because I can't draw or do anything. So UVPs though, USPs I can come up with. So like, what the heck is your USP? That's why we're here. And so what I've tried to do is kind of expand that 7-minute video into something that's a little bit longer, but we can condense. Does everyone feel pretty good they know what a USP is? I think at this point. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we've talked about
We'll
it a
just
lot in
like
this
slam through these.
crew.
Doesn't this look so nice and modern and retro and
modern and retro?
Modern and retro. It's retro modern, not contemporary, I guess. So like there's 4 key elements to your unique selling proposition. It's what you do, who you do it for, how you do it.
Get my notepad.
And the how is a little bit more of the unique mechanism, and the why it matters is a little bit more of the unique value. But when you can say something super concisely, that is really good. Even if it's like 2 sentences, that's a really good elevator pitch, because literally if you're riding in an elevator with someone, if you can say this really concisely, you never know what kind of doors that might open. So it's what you use in everything, not just your website, and not just the elevator, but everything that you do. And yeah, we were talking about that. It sort of blends with these other things, and that's okay. There's some people who will say that you have to separate it out. So we can talk more about how it's foundational to your marketing, where it lives, and why the heck you need one. Because it's like, you might be thinking, like, I already know what I do. Why do I have to be able to tell it to people? Because your clients need to be able to hear it. So if you
and
can,
in a concise way, and
yeah.
also we've got a lot of Donald Miller folks in here, so they know if you confuse, you lose.
Donald
They
Miller
understand the importance of this. That
I'm
doesn't
going to
mean
be
they
in
have it.
Nashville in a couple of weeks, and he's not going to be doing he's not going to be where I am presenting. So I'm hoping one of these days I can track him down and show up to one of his talks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it turns into your headlines. And then if you can use it in your footer and in your header or in your headline, you can use it elsewhere. You can use it to market your business everywhere. So some of the places that we use them. But a lot of people don't realize the streamlining of the marketing, right? And if you can talk about it everywhere, I create things that I call content trees that are all based on what I want to be known for, what those things are in my USP. And then if everything that you do ties back to your USP, then that can be a really, really powerful way to level up your marketing. So let's talk Mad Libs. I'm gonna escape this. Do you want to unshare this?
Sure.
And then people don't get the Twilight Zone forever effect. Donald who? Facebook user Donald Miller, Story Brand.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh,
he's obsessed with him. He's just being a dork.
Oh, is that a different Facebook user?
Yeah, that's Christian.
Donald who? So yeah, so we did these Mad Libs. Has everyone who's here, did everyone go through the Mad Libs
N-
exercise?
No, I didn't, because I'm a slacker. I need to,
Stephanie.
and I didn't do it. I know. But hey, listen, I'm here.
It's good. Here is good. So I'm pulling this up right now. Has everyone pop in the comments if you've been through it and done it, or if you just like were like, hey, that's kind of cool. I'm going to save this for later and do it at one point, and it's still on and unread in my inbox.
Or if you have no
Because,
idea what we're talking about.
or if you have no idea what you're talking about, what I'm talking about.
So, in the meantime, let's assume people don't know and let's go through it.
Some people don't know. So I'm going to pop that up on my screen now as well.
Okay.
So what I gave to everyone was a short video training that's like, I think it's 7 minutes long. It might be 8.
That is also a slacker with me.
Yeah, so it's short, condensed, and basically it just shows you how to use this tool.
Let's
Right.
do it. Let's get into it.
So let's get into it. So this is the document that, oh, you can't see my screen, can you?
No, we can.
Oh, you can? Cool. So
Mhm.
this is the document that I created. And it's designed to be this usable worksheet that you can type right into, because you should get a copy of it. And if you don't, we will plug a link to this into chat after the fact. Yes, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So basically, it asks you these 5 questions. Who do you work with? And we can workshop this live too. Do you want to workshop yours? Or does anyone else
Sure.
want to raise
If
their
somebody
hand?
wants to volunteer in the crowd, we can. If not,
If not,
I'm
let's
a
do stuff.
happy guinea pig.
Okay.
Erin has Storybrand on his reading list, but hasn't gotten to it yet. Just stop what you're doing. Don't. As soon as this is over, stop what you're doing and go read that book. Erin.
Yeah.
And also click the link so we can see who you are.
Please click the link.
I know.
All right. So does anyone, I can't see comments right now. So does anyone
Yeah,
want to
well,
be
there is a delay too. There's a delay when we talk to when they hear us, and then they have to think about this difficult decision if they want to put themselves out there. So why don't we start? Why don't we start with me? Yeah, and we'll go through it, and then we'll see. So who do you work with? I work with freelancers and agencies and solopreneurs. One of my tricky things about who I work with is the word agency, because what makes something an agency is a very sort of nebulous thing. It sort of just depends if you view yourself as an agency or not.
Solopreneurs. So could we say marketing business owners?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's
But it's
another
not just
way?
marketing business owners, because I could work with copywriters. I could
And
work
you
with
do?
coaches. I
Yeah.
could work with designers that don't have development skills. So, there's a lot of folks that we can fill in the Christian says
Basically fill in the
WordPress
gaps, right?
WordPress professionals, but they don't have to be WordPress, really. Like if somebody wanted to come to us for some SEO or some design work or something, like they could use those things on their Shopify site if they wanted to.
Right.
So it's a little tricky.
So let's run with like marketing business owners to start with. And then we can test this. We can play with this.
That is our general like majority base with sort of and connected industries, sort of, I would say.
What is marketing business owners? That's your connected.
Marketing business owners and the connecting industries, right? So like people who are in copywriting, I guess that's considered a marketing business owner.
And I would consider web designers and developers marketing. So let's play with this to start with. So the problems you solve for them, one is the ability to expand their offerings or fill in the gaps.
Well, those are two things. So one is to do things that they don't like, that are outside of their skill set. And another thing is to put more hands on deck to do the things they're already doing.
To scale, to help them scale. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, they could scale, or we've got some folks who just want to work less, solopreneurs who want to live their life.
You're getting ahead of me here.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's not all to scale,
Their businesses. or want to work less? Less, or want more time to work on their business instead of in their business?
That's a biggie.
Mm-hmm. Because I think that's really important. I think that's one of the things that people who have any kind of service-based business, it's so easy to get stuck in the muck of doing client work, that you don't do biz dev, you don't do strategic planning, you don't do all these other things in their businesses. Okay, so let's dig into this. So what is that main service or related services? It really is outsourced WordPress development, right? That's the start.
Well, we have 6 teams. So it's whichever one of those that you need. It's outsourced white label staffing, basically, of
It's
agent for
like
agent
tactical
service.
staffing too, right? It's
Yeah, I mean, I like to say it's like a team, an instant team is one of the phrases I've been playing around with. An instant team of geeks and creatives.
ooh, I like that.
Do you? Okay, because I don't know.
Instant white label team. I think white label is important. Geeks and creatives.
I feel like white label should be flip flopped with team, like an instant
White label,
team, white
instant team.
label. No, an instant team of white label
Okay.
geeks and creatives.
I was gonna say it doesn't make sense. White label instant. It has like there's something that someone has made up that says it's like time scale da 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 da, and it's
Oh yeah.
you never think about it, but it totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's plug this in as a starting point, right?
Okay.
So we help. You're a we.
Mm-hmm.
We help. We're going to play with this. Marketing owners and related businesses, which we've got to.
Let's just stick with marketing
I
business
think
owners.
related
That's so
businesses
unwieldy.
matters. So we help
Yeah, unwieldy.
marketing business owners. And I think this is the challenge is we, with our team of, this is where we can play with it. So before we play with it, don't let me get ahead of myself. We're going to copy this.
Slow it down, Erin.
Slow it down.
Chill. No, I'm kidding.
Chill
You just
out.
said don't let me get ahead of myself.
I get way ahead of myself because my brain works in different ways.
Right.
So we help them. We're just copying and pasting. So we help them do things outside of their skill set, put more hands in deck with an instant team. Instant team of white label geeks and creatives so that they can have more time to work on their business instead of working in their business. And I'm not sure that that's quite right. So they can have more time to spend according to how that, right? So we're playing with them.
Our little short thing we say is focus on what you love, outsource the rest. But
that's a good tagline.
It's not 100% like it's not just doing what you love, because I have this whole thing of like how you should choose strategically the things that you do outsource, and it's not always just the fun things that you like that you should be doing. Like sometimes you have to do some of the hard stuff too. But that's just our cutesy little. That's
like,
our cutesy
like the
little
4 square method. Like the things that you like, things that you don't like, things that you're good at, things that are necessary. Yeah.
We go through one of those kind of things.
So we help business owners.
So one of the things that I really talk about and I really want to do is I want to, like, I have all these little snippets of things. I just haven't really put them together into and I do have actually UVP on my website. So I was just sort of seeing like what this would come to before we get there. But so I say things like, I really want to, we bridge the gap between being a solopreneur, being a small operation to having a full in-house staff. So we come in between that, where you don't have to have the HR and the payroll and all those kind of icky administrative kind of things on top of you. You don't have to worry about devs ghosting or, other things like that. We absorb all of that yucky stuff for you. We do all the training, we do all those things that you don't want to do. So we just sort of
do you want to brand yourself as a staffing agency?
Not
Not
not really,
really.
but I don't know. I don't know. I whatever.
I'm not
I don't
sure
know.
that that's the right market. I'm not sure that that's right for unless you're going to go
What do
after
you
more
guys think out there? Yes.
agencies. I
In
wouldn't
the
go
if
for
you
a
guys are
staffing
listening,
agency.
I don't feel like staffing is the right thing
Yeah,
because it's different than going to Fiverr or going to Upwork or something like that, or
it
going to
really
a
is
temp.
a team, and you
Not
bring
the
on the
same.
team
It's a
for
team.
support.
Another thing that I want to do is make people feel like the boss. Okay, Gene says nope. Nope from Bope. We got a nope from Bope. So
So I
we're
like
going.
this better because I think this is more about this is what you do.
So this is the other thing though. I want people to be the boss. So when they come and work with us, we don't. We're not managing your project. We're not giving you a quote on your work. None of that stuff. You come in and you have an instant team. We are your team. We do your bidding. So if you say go add this to this site, we're going to do it.
Make
We're
it
not going to.
so.
Yeah, we're not going to say like, well, we would say, we wouldn't approach that this way, whatever. If you can ask us questions, of course, we're not robots, but so the idea is to empower these owners, but empower is such an overused and corny marketing word that I don't want to use it. But we really do empower folks to really grow into their agency, and like really like to all of a sudden have a team that they can direct. And people are like, well, how do I know how long this takes? And I say, because you have been doing this and you're an expert. We don't
So
work
let's
with end
play with
users. We don't work
this.
with landscapers who need a website. We work with people who know marketing. So they come
So
to
our
us and they,
team of white label geeks and creatives, because that's we. That makes we more specific, and we always want to get more specific. Helps
okay.
marketing business owners bridge the gap between being a solopreneur and a full scale agency with an instant team,
Now you got the same thing in there. Oh, okay.
so that with like it's like that you direct with you creatively direct.
So you
Period.
could be the boss. I don't know.
Yeah.
Run your agency. Um,
So that you
yeah, so
can
that's
serve your clients at a higher level.
pretty good. I like that.
And so then you could also say at Focus WP, our team, or the Focus WP, which I can't type when I'm on command, by the way, which is, I also can't scroll as it turns out.
Yeah.
Don't mind
That's
me. The
all
Focus
one word.
WP team of, oh, I have team of,
Yeah.
fancy.
Team up, team up.
White label geeks and creatives helps marketing business owners bridge the gap between being a solopreneur and a full scale agency so you can serve your clients at a higher level. And I don't think the be the boss, and the everyone who's listening can chime in as well. I don't think the be the boss is part of your UVP. I
I don't think
think
so
the be
either.
the boss
Throwing
is
that
part
out
of the
there.
sales conversation and part of the
Uh,
process and implementation and onboarding.
Archon just left a nice long comment. Staffing is wrong.
I
Agreed.
agree.
Steps team is more like an instant extension of your resources. It's just like having an in-house team of trained professionals on demand without the hustle of having the staff on your payroll. At least that's how I see it. Bingo, you got it. Thank you, Marchin.
You had said something about we take care of the yucky stuff, which really is the staffing agency's
All the
UVP.
HR and the admin and the training and the dealing with uh, delinquents. Everybody who has worked with like developers and even designers and stuff like that, they ghost. Copywriters aren't nearly as bad about that. I will say that
Thanks,
about your people, your people.
my people.
Like if a dev ghosts on you and you've hired them and you're relying on them to hit a deadline, you're just staying up all night to finish it. Like you're just that's you have no choices. But when you're using one of our devs, if one vanishes or ghosts, that we just slide another one in. Like you don't even know it.
Right.
So it takes away a lot of those pain points of working with freelancers or contractors or staff. So all of that, it's
Yeah.
like
I think those are things that get addressed in the copy. I don't think, I mean, I think that those at their core, I think that's really important. I think that's a benefit, but I don't know if that's your USP.
Yeah, I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like the pain points, one of my little spiels I always say is that I've been a freelancer, I've been a partner, I've been a subcontractor, I've been a part-time employee, I've been a full-time employee, I've been a business owner and a business partner and a boss and like I've whatever it is, like if you're feeling pain in your marketing business, like I have felt that. I have felt it because I have tried all the things. And so I understand all of these pain points. And so
And so
I'm
it's like
bruised and
we've
battered
got
and I'm
literally
coming at
everything
you
that
with
you're saying.
like what I wish had been there for me or was there for me now, like I use focus services in my agency
We'd always
every single
had.
day. So
Yeah. Cool. I like this.
yeah.
I'll send this to you. It may or may not be final, like within 5 minutes of on the air, but I
Yeah,
think you're
yeah.
pretty close.
Awesome. Do you want to see what I have on my website
Yeah.
as a comparison to see where we came from?
Okay.
Let me share this here. Chrome tab. This is what
I
we
love
had.
your new website, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I like it too. We got a very angry message over the weekend about somebody who did not like it and it just ruined their day, apparently.
Hmm.
They had to tell us. I was like, would you
Ooh.
like me to mail you some 3D glasses? Would that help? I don't know. Anyway,
Well, and
add
I'm
an
kind
instant
of like,
team.
using add an instant team of creative and technical staff to your business. I don't know that the word staff is right because I think that
It
has the
isn't, and I
staffing,
hate that.
but like
I
I
don't like
think
the word.
that, so
But
how do you adjust
it
the
really should
USP
be
into headlines? But I think
it
instant team works in your headline.
it does, but it really should be a creative and technical team.
Well, add an instant
But then
creative and
instant
technical team to your business. Just take team out
but
of
that's just
instant.
so clunky. Like instant team is kind of nice. I was really trying to play around with thanks, Jean. Jean, have I not sent you any 3D glasses yet? They're in 3D, pal. I need to put a disclaimer. Like this site is accessible. It's a joke, guys. It's just a gimmick. Don't be offended. Um, so the what was I saying?
But it was like
Oh,
add an
I
instant.
I wanted to do something of like a like just add water, like an instant soup or an instant this or whatever kind of instant thing. And I wanted to just be like, just add focus or like I was playing around with those kind of things and I could not make it work. So, but I like instant team. I think that captures it. Kelly says add an instant team of creatives and techs. So you guys don't like
Staff is wrong. Yeah.
staff is wrong. What about saying creatives and geeks?
What about saying add an instant team of white label creatives and geeks to your business? Because then you
You
get your
have
white
to
label
say
in
that it's
there.
white label. If it's your team, doesn't that sort of imply, like, I think we are a white label provider, but I almost think like if we're saying like you're adding a team to your business, do you think that that kind of implies?
No. What does everyone say?
I
I
don't
like the
know.
word white label because I think it has this instant, there we go. But it's that instant like, this is for me. I'm not hiring out. My team won't know, or my clients won't know.
Kim Ortiz just ordered 3D glasses. I'll mail them to you tomorrow, Kim. Go to the site, you can get them.
You still have to explain
Oh,
what label is all the time, Kelly. That's interesting.
well, who's your target audience though, Kelly? Because mine is agency folks, and I feel like we usually know it. Do you mean you have to explain it to like our people or lowly business owners?
Us lowlies.
Hmm. Um. So, okay. Does anybody else want to guinea
You
pig a little
wanna
bit?
be a guinea pig?
We've been going for a little over a half hour now.
You have to
She says
explain
she
it
has
to
to
other
explain it to
dads.
other temps. I'm
Interesting.
shocked by that.
It's
Huh.
interesting. I had a copywriter who worked under me at one point who was like, "Oh, can I get a testimonial from the client?" And it's like, "No, I'm your client." So that's interesting to me. Creatives and
Another good one
devs.
from Martian. Technical staff is a guy that fixes your printer. You're right. You're right, Martian. Creatives and devs.
And if your audience is designers and marketing agencies, they know what a dev is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's spot on.
Do we
So if
not
you
like
have
geeks?
creatives and devs.
Nobody's searching for geeks, though, for talking about SEO stuff.
And if you take the word staff out, then it's just creatives and developers. And it's not just WordPress developers, but that's your heavy focus.
We got a second vote. Okay, creatives and devs. All right, let's try it out. I like it. And then, oops,
They're at Best Buy.
geeks are at Best Buy. You're right. See, it's you guys are awesome. This is so. Creatives can be geeks too, right? Yes, Christian, they can. You're a creative geek, my friend. I'll tell you that. Um. All right. Does anybody else want to
There
do
you
their
go.
Erin?
Oh, I just updated your thing. I'm going to share it with you
Thank
so you
you.
can use it. Anyone else want to chime in and do theirs? We'll be
Kim, you want to
gentle.
jump in? Come on, I know.
We're kind.
Come on, Kim. I'll even send you the
Friendly.
invite link. You can jump right on the call.
Ooh.
Anybody? Anybody? Christian, you probably have yours. Marchin?
Creatives can be geeks too. Yeah, I always call myself a marketing geek or a marketing nerd, depending on the day. I don't really know the difference between geeks and nerds. I know that there's a whole thing.
Geeks seem more technical to me, whereas nerds are like just somebody that's really into something that isn't that popular. That's more what I think, but who am I? There you go. So we're probably all a little bit of both
Yeah.
in this world. That way. Okay. Well, Erin, we haven't gotten any bites.
Got no bites.
Everybody's shy today.
No problem.
But I think that this showed the process. Do you want to just show your little formula again?
Yeah, we
And
can do
then
that.
let's just run through it just in case anybody's doing this for themselves.
Let me. When I made a copy, it. I have to find it again. Give me a second. It uncopied it.
I don't know what that means.
I don't really know what it means either, but it took it out of my web browser. There we go. Okay.
Okay, do a little share
again. And does everyone, let's see, does everyone who has a copy of this, does everyone who wants a copy of this have their copy of this?
Yeah, whether you're watching the replay or you're on now, if you would like to get a copy of this Mad Lib, just leave a comment, tag Erin.
Yeah,
because this is going to be live in the Facebook group.
Perfect.
And if you are watching on YouTube, and you cannot tag Erin, so come over to Focus on Your Biz, the Facebook group, Focus on Your Biz. I'll put a link in the show notes for that and join, and then you can reach out to Erin and get your copy. Get your Mad Libs.
Awesome.
Erin, I'm a little disappointed that your Mad Libs don't say like noun or adjective under them. That's how Mad Libs work.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know when last
the new version will actually have boxes that you can type into.
Ooh. All right, Kelly wants it. Kelly wants a copy.
Cool.
So
Kelly, I will get you the information.
Okay, so basically, who, what.
Yeah, it's kind of like who, what, when, where, why, and how, but the when is a second what.
Got it, everyone?
Although
when is the second what?
The Who's the what? Who's on first? So I mean, realistically, part of
Can you zoom this in a little bit?
Can you
see the little 100% in your toolbar?
100%.
I'm pointing right at it. No, go.
Mixing.
I'll guide your sword. Just to the left. No, stop zinging around.
The other left.
Warmer. Down just a little bit. Down just a little bit. Right there. You're so hot. Oh, fire.
We'll go 200%. Is
that
better for you?
Yeah, it's much better. Thank you. Okay. Good for me.
So Yeah, so it's like the who you work with, that's fairly obvious. It's fairly obvious what it's asking. It may or may not be fairly obvious who you work with, because the more specific you can get is always good.
Mhm.
The what problems you solve for them, those are usually your services. So they might be, for me, it's the problems that I solve for people is actually problems. So I help, my USP is I help, I just rewrote it, so now I can't remember it and I can't speak to this intelligently. But I
Oh,
help founder led startups and B2Bs solve their marketing problems and create the copy to support them. And there's more to it than that. So some people's might be copywriting, some people's would be web development, some people would be these are. Oh
these are
no,
the
I'm
pain
going
points.
backwards. I'm talking in circles here. So who do you work
These are
with?
pain points.
What
What?
problems, what pain points do you solve for them? At
Huh?
what point in the customer journey do you come to with you? So really, this what problems you solve for them is more about the when. When do they come to you? What do they need when they come to you? And then the
Mhm.
service is the how you do it. So how do
Yep.
you deliver those solutions to them? Is it through copywriting? Is it through web development? Is it through web design? Is it through SEO? Is it through all the things? Oh, Gene just said he'd be the guinea pig.
Mhm.
Cool. Um, and then if you have a secondary service, so you can do one service completely, and then if an ancillary service fits into your USP, you can add it in. Otherwise, it's maybe not the key piece. And then finally, it's like, what outcomes do they typically achieve? What can they do as a result? With Stephanie, they can be the boss. With they can spend time doing the things that they love, or they can comfortably scale and spend more time in their business or on their business instead of in their business.
So now, so my business is tricky because when we're talking to this crowd, because it's not the same as what they're doing. I'm marketing to people like them and like myself, whereas they're marketing to end users.
They're
So
marketing to end users.
yeah. So I sent Gene the link. We'll see if he still, maybe he didn't know he was gonna have to jump on. So I sent it to you in Facebook, Gene, in Messenger.
Cool.
But so I was wondering, Erin, if you would take just a minute and differentiate between a few things.
Yeah.
So we already talked that USP and UVP are very similar. I don't want to get too in the weeds over the differences there, but oh, here he is.
Yeah.
And hi, Gene. Between a few things.
Yeah.
So we already talked that USP and UVP are very
Why do
similar.
I hear
I don't want
myself?
to get too in the weeds over the differences there. Gene, can you mute?
Yeah.
And hi, Gene. Between a few things.
Yeah.
Thank you. So,
Pop over and see my face here. See your face,
there we go.
Jane.
So,
I think Jane just has to close the Facebook window.
yeah. So Kim is sharing hers too. Let's see how that looks. But what I was going to say is, okay, so we've got your elevator pitch, I don't think is your UVP. I think your elevator pitch is something you say to hook somebody. Like my thing is like, give somebody just enough information to make them want to know more. Elevator pitches by nature are in person. So they're conversational. So you have opportunity to have that back and forth. That's
But
my
if you know what your USP and your UVP is, then you can say that succinctly.
They're
Like,
close.
okay, this is what I do.
Yeah.
So it's what you would say to someone if they ask you what you do and you're not in a conversation. It's like if you were to ask me, hey Erin, what do you do? And then you go away and I have to answer it, that's when I would give you the UVP or the USP that I've created. I can't even say it straight now that we've said UVP and USP so many times.
And then your tagline is altogether different.
Tagline is totally different.
Tagline is just your cutesy little fun thing.
Well, and it has value, like it shows what you do, but it really is more about the future pace. Like, what do you want to be known for? What legacy do you want to leave?
Just do it.
Just do it.
That's a tagline. It doesn't tell a single thing about what they do. Hi, Gene. How are you? I can't hear you because I made you mute. So now you can unmute now that you shut your Facebook window.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi. Welcome. Your camera's
Gene and I are not from very far apart in the world where we grew up. like where we're from. Maybe not where we live now.
And there's only
So
not very many people from there.
There are not very many people from there. No.
No.
And it's like, oh, I know exactly where that is.
in Alaska?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't know you're from Alaska, Jean. Jean, I don't want to tell you this, but if there's a red dot that shows up on your face at some point, we are going to be really worried about you. Somebody has you in their sights, my friend.
I know my
That is
camera's
funny.
freaking out. You know that I was
Uh,
kidding about your site too. I love your site.
oh, okay. I know. I
Very
get
much.
that a lot though. And I'm like, you guys, it's on purpose. Like I know. Okay, just before we jump in, Kim has bravely shared her USP. Let's see what we think here. What do you guys think about my USP? Still a work in progress. I help home service providers stand out from the competition with professional brand and website design so that they can stop stressing about getting leads. First
I have
reaction,
questions
I think
about
it's
who home service
great.
providers are. Like, what do they do? What kind of service providers are home
Hey,
service?
Erin, we lead with a little bit of positive.
I love it. I love it. I love what
Thank
you've
you.
done.
You lead, you got to have the Oreo of praise.
I know.
A
I
little
just
bit of
have
positive,
questions. I have
a little bit of
questions before I
constructive
can give
criticism,
feedback.
back with the praise, and we're out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. There's no criticism here, Kimberly. I think you've done a great job. I just want to know who the home service providers are. Are they like in-home service providers like nurses, or are they like
I'm
construction?
guessing like landscapers, house cleaners, plumbers, that kind of thing. Let us know, Kim.
Yeah.
But
Because
I
I
think
think
so. Maybe that the
yeah,
important
okay.
thing, the
So I
important
would
thing
say for
about
service providers, I would say that's home contractors.
well, it doesn't really matter what we want to call it. What do they call themselves? I would go to their websites and their Facebook groups and those kind of things and see how they're referring to themselves to make sure that if they're calling themselves home service providers, then you nailed it. And then professional or legit are very like
I make people's phones ring. I like that. Where's
they're
the
ambiguous. Justin Amarond, my new pal Justin. You gotta hit that button, buddy, so we can see. Hit the StreamYard link so we can see your name.
So I think, anytime you can get more specific, the more specific you can get, I think is really, really good. But yeah, Justin said, I make people's phones ring. That could be a great headline. And it would be like, then your subhead could be professional brand website design for home service providers, home contractors. And maybe
Also,
if they say home or residential, I'd be curious on that distinction too.
that's a good one. Stand out from the competition or get leads. Those are a little bit the same thing, but not exactly, right? I mean, like they kind of have the same goal, but they're not exactly the same. So it almost feels a little bit, now that I'm reading it real distinctly, like I help home service providers
Yeah, that's a good point.
get leads with professional brand and website design so they can stop stressing about
Where their next
pipeline or something
meal is
like
coming from, or yeah.
maybe something like that. Kim, anyway, I think this is really, really great. And you guys in the comments, feel free to leave some other suggestions for Kim if you think any of these things might help her. And thank you for being brave enough to share.
Yes.
All right.
Nice job,
Erin,
Kim.
look at this. Look at this, Erin. We got a fresh one.
Fresh.
Let's see if we can break him.
Okay. Let's
What
not
should we
break
do?
him. I don't want to break him.
I've got him in the sights though. If anything happens, I'm pulling the
There's not
trigger.
enough people who are from where I'm from, so we're not going to break them.
Come on. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's Mad Lib it. Start it out,
Mad
Erin.
Lib it.
Ask him the questions.
Can you see my
I'll see
screen, or
you.
did I totally unshare it? I unshared. Okay. Let's share it. I need to stop asking. I need to let you work your magic stuff is really what I
Yeah, I
need.
know. I said just don't unshare it. I'll just handle it.
That's what I got. I'm a control freak. All right, Jane. Who do you work with? I'd love to know more.
So I'm going to answer this not in who we have worked with, but who I want to work with,
Perfect.
which is local. I want to work with local professional small businesses.
Okay. And are they, I'm going to ask a distinguishing question. Are they considered local businesses, meaning that all of their business is done locally, or do they operate on a larger scale as well?
It really is more for me. They don't have to serve locally,
Okay.
but it's ideal for me if their location is local to me.
Okay. So, and where is that location?
Just north of Atlanta.
Okay. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to
Atlanta's
say
fine.
Atlanta area for now, and then we can. So I'm going to say professional small businesses in the Atlanta area. We're going to say in Atlanta to streamline a little bit, or in greater Atlanta.
Or the Atlanta area or something like that. Yeah, Atlanta is enormous.
That's enormous. Or we could say northern Atlanta. So what do they come to you? What do they ask you? What's keeping them up at night when they come to you?
I have a bit of a struggle with specific pain points more than what they get, but I think the thing that concerns them mostly is that they've worked with other agencies or freelancers and it just hasn't gone well.
Okay.
And they're looking for a more premium deliverable as opposed to using a template, or there are several other people doing this in our area that are, it's a lot of templated and a lot of not what we're doing right now. They don't dive into branding like what we're doing right now. And so it doesn't create something that they're super pleased with. There is a deliverable, but it's not good enough for what they're looking for.
Okay. So you help them. And so what is the end goal of that super professional branding that you deliver, which is, this is your service. This is the how.
Yep. To elevate our the thing that we say right now is we elevate their brand.
Okay.
We want to improve their presence.
And if they
I have a
and
question.
elevate your brand, is that something that they understand? Is that something that resonates with them? Or are they like, what does that mean? What is that going to do for me?
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Or is it that they're better connecting with their clients? Is it, what is the problem that they have with a blah templated brand?
They do better connect with their clients. That's a piece of it. That's not I wouldn't say that that's the primary.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Please.
What's a professional small business?
Yeah, even as I said that, I was thinking that was an interesting thing to say. I guess what I mean is our ideal client is someone in professional services, as opposed to a local restaurant or a barber shop. We would prefer to work with accountants,
Okay.
lawyers.
That is the
seems to
thing.
be
That is what they call that.
Yeah, it's such a generic term that they call it professional services, but that's what we're targeting.
I'm going to say legal and professional services just to start, because I think if you add the word legal in there,
that's
then
not all.
people automatically start to think like legal and professional. Then they start to think accountants. They start to think some of these other.
Yeah, that would be wrong, but I understand what you're thinking.
Okay, then.
Great idea, Erin. Wrong, but great. See how he did the Oreo?
Yeah.
See how he did the Oreo, Erin?
Great idea, but you're totally wrong. But
it has to be. It has to be. I wish it could be that niche, but for now, it has to be more broad than legal.
Let me ask you this: do you have? Do they have a certain revenue level? Like, is it like professional service businesses with $1 million minimum in revenue a year, or anything like that?
That I haven't thought of it in those terms, but part of what we're talking about is finances. What we're offering right now, it's hard to do it under 15,000. So I don't the professional services providers often have this kind of budget.
Okay. I think we have similar challenges in our marketing, Jane. because I also have this, I'm at a similar point. So maybe it's $1 million professional services, which doesn't mean that you're only going to serve $1 million professional services, but it does set that expectation.
Let's jump back to this. What problems you
So
solve?
let's go back to problems. So what is the problem that they experience from having a blah brand?
The problems that they experience.
Lack of respect? Like lack of authenticity?
Like the two that the one that we just finished and the one that we're starting right now, it is a position of authority. They want to be more authoritative and at a higher level than they currently are, and their branding across the board doesn't allow them to go there.
Okay, so it really isn't about connecting with clients.
Mm-mm.
It's about building authority and positioning themselves as a thought leadership.
That's much closer.
Okay. So it is with premium white glove branding and web design, or is it primarily on the branding side of the spectrum?
So, this is probably one of the next questions, but one of the uniquenesses of us is that we offer branding, website design, photo, video, and copywriting. So we're
Hey, me
giving
too.
you so we're giving you this complete package that is difficult to find in one place. And so that's where the white glove comes in, because we can help you elevate your entire brand in every way that somebody would experience your business, as opposed to just creating a website. And now, okay, you have a new website, but you didn't raise your entire brand.
So it's not really all inclusive, but it's
how do you feel about the word concierge service? That's 2 words.
Maybe
where you come in and you can, like, I don't know. I think of like a concierge.
Your account manager is a concierge.
I think of a concierge as somebody like at a hotel, at a fancy hotel. These are the people that you go to get stuff done, and they are at your service and they take care of all of your needs. Maybe that isn't the right fit for you. That's just a word that came to my mind.
Yeah,
but I think that's your account manager. I think that's your personal brand concierge.
I like that side of it, except for that, we actually do the work. So as opposed, the downside to concierge work is that they're really recommending others, and we're not a consultant, and we actually don't want to be. We actually like doing the work.
Yeah. I don't know that white glove gets me there either, though, to be honest.
Yeah. We've thought about the word craftsman, because we're, and I think I talked about this in one of the group meetings, but the idea of going through each piece with care and delivering a very crafted project.
Yeah, I like that idea too. Or even this is totally different. What do you think about like a boutique service?
We've also
that might sound a little more feminine. I don't know if that seems more feminine as I say it out loud, and that might not fit your vibe, but
bespoke is also sort of in that realm.
Bespoke, that's your word. That's it.
We've looked at that one as well.
Okay, so Martin has a question. He says white glove concierge doesn't go well with a $1,500 budget. I think he said 15,000, Martin.
15,000, yeah.
Goes better with that. You missed a 0, pal. It's an important 0.
So let's
Ooh, how about this one? Prestige service. It's kind of fancy. No, we got nothing. And so I don't know who you are.
You got to speak into that, but there's some words also that just start sounding arrogant, and
they do.
We want to come across as very easy to work with, friendly, warm, but very professional. So I've struggled with those kinds of words like premium and elite and prestige. They start sounding elitist potentially.
Mm-hmm. I like bespoke.
I do too.
When you go get a bespoke suit, it's tailored exactly to your needs. You could play with that sort of analogy even.
That's what our goal is, to do what you just described.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut exactly to fit you. Listen, I don't want to put the pressure on, but we have less than 5 minutes, Erin.
Oh no! Well, we're here. We're here. You
Oh,
guys, I'm listening to you guys and ending my 2 cents as we're going. So we help $1 million professional services in Northern Atlanta ditch their blah brands with bespoke full service branding to build authority, respect, and thought leadership in the community, which I didn't add in the community.
It's
And
getting there.
you can leave ditch their blah brands, or you can take it or leave it. But I feel like that's the phrase in here that I'm highlighting that is showing and maybe it's moving beyond their templated brands, or move beyond. You know what I'm saying? So it's something.
Yeah,
But I think
ditch the blah is not. It doesn't work with like
it doesn't work with $1 million professional
the
service,
elite stuff.
right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's move beyond.
That's why we have said elevate your brand to this point. It feels like similar thinking, but not quite as negative to what most of my clients don't want to hear. A lot of negative about what they have, even if they know it is.
Well, and so maybe it's the full bespoke services. Elevate their brands with bespoke services that build authority, respect, and thought leadership in the community.
Do our customers, do they know what their brand is? Do they just think it's their logo? I find people think it's their logo.
Yeah, that's a point of education for us. But on this level, we haven't had a chance to educate yet. So it is part of this equation.
You guys who are listening, if anybody's listening, what other words could work for brands, for businesses who don't know? What is it that we're trying to elevate? Is it their
it's like elevating your presence in the community,
their reputation, their how people view them? So what's the word for that?
I think reputation, but you want to stay away from reputation management, because that's a PR thing.
That's a whole nother.
But I think it's presence. Elevate your presence in the community with bespoke services. Because if we're saying, well, now that we got rid of the word branding services that build authority, respect, and thought leadership. Something along those lines, I think, is very close.
How do you feel about having the $1 million line in there, Jean? I don't like it either. It cheapens it. Even though it's a high number, it like cheapens it, or it makes it look like it's a money grab from you. By the way, I like how your name went from French, Jean, to Spanish, Manuel. Manuel, focus.
Oh, I can't see. I can't see anything. Now I feel like I'm losing out here. So maybe it's in high end is meaningless a lot of the time, because a lot of things can be high end.
I've also thought of successful, just simply successful. Like we're not looking for, just a low end startup, or we're looking for a brand that's already successful, and we're helping you go further.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like successful doesn't have a metric, though, and successful, because a lot of people would consider themselves successful if they're making, someone who could consider themselves successful at making 50,000. That's not your ideal client. So I think
it is a tricky one.
I think if you can get specific and say, and I have several clients who said, you know what, I work with $1 million brands. That can still be a very small business.
Right. That's not, that number gets smaller and smaller every day, doesn't it?
Every day. Yeah.
But there has to be a way to determine. I do think you need to have something in there. Here's the thing I think about that. When you're getting to this level where people are going to drop 15 grand for a single project like that, it's not really about the price. It's not about the dollar amount. It's about the results. They're going to spend what it takes to get those results. So if you are talking about money, then you're already putting yourself on a different plane than your customer. I mean, we have to talk about money.
No, I have thoughts on this, and I don't necessarily agree with you. Because if you position yourself as serving $1 million brands, then you are going to attract $1 million brands and brands that are approaching that. Now, there's some regionalism that it may be a Southern thing that you want to avoid. But I know several people who have been extremely successful in building a business by saying that they're $1 million or they serve $1 million X, because it automatically says this is who this is. And this is who it's not. We don't serve startups.
Yeah, it's not startups.
It's like an
Established
established business.
Jinx, buy me a Coke.
But then what's established? Is that 1 year? Is that 20 years? And it doesn't necessarily matter. So, I mean, I think these are all conversations to have, right?
Yeah. Might be good to test some of these out too.
Yeah. I'm excited for what you're building. That's really cool.
Me too. It is
Talk to me in a year.
Yeah.
Thanks for being willing to hop on.
I will send you the link to this document here so that you've got it. But you see, does everyone see how that kind of, the Mad Lib gives you the starting point, and then you just massage. Just
massage.
These two favorite words are just and only, because it's never just and it's never only.
Tastefully done. The massaging, you guys. All right, we just hit 1 hour.
Cool.
Almost 1 hour.
Thank you.
Thanks,
for
Jean.
being a guinea pig, Jean and Kim.
And thanks, Erin,
Yeah.
for joining us and for helping me with mine. And if you're listening to this on the replay, let us know. Drop a comment or just say hi. And we will see you guys in the Focus on Your Biz group.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting us.
Oh, Erin,
That's me.
Tell the people. I almost forgot. Tell the people where they can find out more about you.
All roads lead to erinpennings.com. Oh, I even got it in my little name tag here. Is that a name tag if it's digital? I'm not sure.
No,
but
it's not.
It's not a name tag. You can't stick anyone with it. All roads lead to erinpennings.com. You can learn more about me, my services, and the course that I created this for, which is Womp Womp to Wow. And that is going to relaunch very, very, very soon. So.
And everybody be real nice to Erin because we're trying to get her to hook up some Focus on Your Biz deals.
You never know.
We'll see. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.